Okay, today we want to do the programming technique tool for the pair programming session. The topic, the question that we want to do is the exercise 2, part 1. Okay, so I write down the time and estimate duration first. Okay, now we m and we estimate 20 minutes. It's the same lah. Okay, so first we just include the theme when using and space the okay, and according to the question we need to write a class for number list. Okay. Number list, then close with a semicolon, and then private member, we need three private members, which is numbers, count, and capacity. So numbers is a dynamic array to store the numbers. So it mentioned dynamic array. So I just declare a pointer. Since it's a number, so the data type is integer. Numbers. And then count and capacity, both are integer type also. So count, capacity. And then to the public we need to declare a constructor, default constructor and parameterized constructor. For default constructor, we just paste the number list, then okay, like this, like a prototype lah. Then parameterized constructor is same, but we need to put the parameter which is initial capacity. And capacity is an integer type, so we just put an integer. Then we have one destructor. Then the function, we have add function, sum function, size function, and print function. Add function, no return type, so it's like void add sum, calculate and return the sum of all numbers. We need to return the sum, so it's the integer sum. Size, we need to return also integer size. Print, we need to print the current list, not return, so it's void print. And then after we do the all of the prototype, we just need to do the definition of the member function. So we write outside the class. For number list, we just this number is, and the definition is initialize empty list, number equal to no ptr, count equal to 0, capacity equal to 0. Initialize, no assign, no assignment. So I just do like this. Numbers, PR, now 0, and capacity 0 as well. Okay. And do the parameterized constructor. Same. Well, we need the parameter initial capacity. So it's integer initial capacity. And then we need to allocate the memory for number of array based on the initial capacity. So since we can only use one constructor for each object, so we need to declare we need to initialize the count first. So count equal to 0. And then capacity equals to initial capacity. And then we dynamic allocate the memories. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, after that, do the destructor. Number is number is we need to delete the memory that we created at here. So we just delete the memory to prevent the memory leaks. Okay. After that, we do the what is this? Anomalies at we need integer num, and then we need to do the validated input. So we use the if statement. If num is bigger than or equal to 0 and num is less than or equal to 100. And then we need to do another condition, which is count cannot exceed the capacity. If exceed the capacity, we need to resize the array. So if count is less than capacity, we just assign the num to the numbers. So numbers count plus because we need to increment for the count. The first count is 0. After we store the 1 value in the numbers in the array, and then we count plus 1. And then after we store the numbers, we need to output add num to the list like this. So if count equal to capacity or exceed more than the capacity, we need to, according to the question, we need to resize the array. If it is full, by double it. So else we need to output resize array to capacity uh, capacity times 2, like this. And then since we need to double the capacity, we need to double the size. So we need declare another pointer and allocate more size to the pointer. So we declare another pointer, name with double numbers. Okay, equal to new integer capacity times 2. So the double numbers can point to an address which has the size of capacity times 2. So the size is double. After that, since we already declare pointer, but we need this new pointer have the uh, O, O value in the array in the numbers. So we need to do a for loop to assign the O value to the new pointer there. So go to 0, less than the count, right? Less than the count. And then I plus, and then we assign, go to numbers, so that all of the value inside the numbers will assign to the double numbers. So double numbers, inside the double numbers have the value of numbers. After that, we need to delete the memory of numbers, because we need to let numbers point to a new address, which is the address of double numbers. So we need to delete first because we want to prevent the memory leak. So now numbers will point to the address double numbers. So both of the numbers and double numbers point to the same memory, same memory. And then we need to add the number also. So number count plus equal to num, and output the num to the list. After that, we need to increase the size of capacity. So capacity equal to 2. So that the new condition the line 44 count will less than capacity. In order to make the next time we need to add more numbers, it can go inside the if statement. Okay. Okay, after that, okay, if I think inside this is okay. And then if number is less than 0 or more than 100, we need to put error number must be between 0 and 100. Ignoring um, hmm, I think that's all for me. I will pass the code to the Wei Yao. Okay.
Okay. The next one is add function. Add function is is a constructor to add the number together and return. So then count, then you total plus equal to number, the numbers. I return. So the next one is size function. In function. In function is not a returning function, so you got use for loop. Okay, then you see out the value in between 0 to 100. Uh, First. Okay. And if the if the next if the next number still have value, and you put a comma, I smaller than minus one, comma.
Wei Yao,
Yeah.
we need to put the if statement inside the for loop, not outside the for loop.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Jason.
Okay, okay.
Okay, next one. Close it. Speed up. Here, right? Speed up. I just need to put this instructor already. The next is
We need to create an object first with an initial capacity of 3. And then add the numbers.
follow the question number list manager.
Okay.
The capacity. Okay. Capacity 3.
Okay, according to the example, we just put one more space between the equal and n. The line 95, the number list manager, the equal and n have a space, and the manager r and equal have space also. Means like this. I just space. Okay,
Oh,
okay. Oh, okay, okay. Continue. Okay.
yeah. The first, the first task is to add number as follow 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 50, and 50. The first one is number add, add 10 first. Okay, second one 20. Okay, when you add everything to constructor here, okay, then okay, then you will print the value here. So numbers. Okay, you print X1, you out list statistics. Out size. Okay, the next one is to see out the sum. Sum. That's one to see out average. To calculate average, divide with side.
Okay. I think overall is no problem. Check again for print. Okay, output current list. And then output numbers one by one. If the numbers is not the last numbers, so we output the comma. And then after all numbers is output, we just close the bracket. And then okay. Integer number list size will return the count. Sum, we calculate the total. The total equal to 0. Okay. Return total. Wait, numbers. No numbers. uh, hmm, you we allocate the memory which have the double of the size to the double numbers, and then we assign the value to the double numbers to make sure the double numbers have record the previous value, and then we delete the numbers, and then number into the double numbers point to the same address. So we just use the after that we use the destructor delete the numbers once is enough because it's the same address, so we delete one address. Okay. And now for this. Okay. Mm,
Okay. Since I didn't install the extension in VS Code, so I compile in Dev++.
okay. Okay, so now we just compare with the example run with this output. Okay, number list manager, create a new list with capacity 3. So we add 10, 20, 30 in the list. Since the original capacity is 3, so we can add the 3 values only. And then we need to add the 40, we need to resize the array, double it. So we resize the array capacity of 6 because 3 times 2 is 6. So we can, in order to add the 40 into the list. And then we try to add the 150 because 150 is not between the range of 0 and 100. So we just output the arrow and ignore it. After that, we add 50 to the list normally. And then we print out all of the numbers inside the numbers. So we currently is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and the list statistics have the size 5 numbers. True because 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 have 5 numbers, and sum is 150, average is 30. Okay, so that's all for us. Thank you.
Thank you.